Previously on Old Hat Nation.
Your cars are coming, Bob. Question mark.
Off. Oh dear. See, that's what I was trying to avoid. She happened anyway.
Welcome to Old Hat Nation.
That's what I was trying to avoid. She happened anyway. Well, let's see what we can do for her. Okay, here's our $1 million fix. Managed to beat this out far enough with my jack handle and a sledgehammer to be able to get a ratchet strap on it. I drilled holes so I'd have something to hook into and it wouldn't keep slipping. But got it bent. You can see it's bent at a really radical angle just to help get some of the bend out of it. And what I'm going to do, I kind of started, I had to stop because I'm swapping drill batteries. But I'm just going to zip tie the piss out of that chunk of the wheel. And hopefully it won't catch like that again. I got nothing else. The pinch welds on this shitty fender are breaking, so that's what we got. Well, the good news is it ain't rolling into the fender or it ain't rolling in a tire anymore, but it's still got that hideous bend in it. Trying to think of what I can do. Proof enough that with enough zip ties you can fix anything. So, and the key here, fill the hole with enough zip ties so that way they can't move around. And if they can't move around, they can't rub and break. So, there you go. Alright, well, let's get the car loaded back on and get back on the road. Fixed. Good to go. Sorry, Grandma. I'm gonna have to. I owe you a new set of fenders. I do a good bit of cutting on that. I'll make sure it's braced next time. Yeah. Next time the guy at the farm store says, "Oh, you shouldn't need any bracing with that." Yeah, no. Brace the fender. Always make sure your fenders are braced. $10 a flat iron would have, and a little bit of drilling would have solved that problem before it even started. But, well, hindsight's 2020. Unless you mean then it's 2030 in one eye and 2050 in the other.
Turn left on East 6th Avenue. Then turn right on Millington Street. In 300 feet, turn left. In 300 feet, turn left. Then turn left.
A few moments later.
Well, that was cool. So, some of you might have known where I went. And if you don't, well, I'm not going to come out and say it. I'll leave it for that person if they want to disclose what happened. But it was a good visit. And, hey, I might have just made something happen immediately. I don't know. In regards for that person being able to fulfill the dream, which is really cool. Just by virtue of being Alaskan. So, well, we just rolled across the state line. We are now in Oklahoma. I'm not sure which reservation I'm on. Does Oklahoma even have reservations? Well, no, they do. But, yeah, I just don't know who owns this reservation. Huh. Oh, well. We're bombing down the highway, so, you know, next stop, Weber's Falls. I'm not really going any further east, because you look off to the right, get nice, clear, sunny skies, the weather's perfect. But you look to the east, dark clouds. They don't mean so much up in my neck of the woods, but out this way, you learn quick, pay attention. Especially you get that green, humid. Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't want that, Junior. No. So, look over here. Look over here. Not that way. Look over here. For the record, I hate toll roads. I hate toll roads a lot. I don't like having to pay to have the freedom to go where I please. And yeah, I get it. There's other ways you can get around, but I don't know. Seems like penalty for the poor is kind of the way I feel about it. Not that I'm poor, but it's like, hey, you're only entitled to this nice stretch of highway your tax dollars help build, but you have to pay to use it on top of paying for its construction in the first place. So I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's road maintenance money. It helps keep the roads nice. Still very annoying. So, let me know how you feel about toll roads in the comments. So, anyway, we are about
IH is a motherfucker. I'm pretty much hit a point where I had a sleep attack hit on, and I hit a point where, like, if I didn't pull over, it's probably going to end up around a tree. My buddy's like, hey, pull over, or you're gonna fall asleep. It's just really, really sudden onset, which is really weird because I was perfectly fine right before it happened. We are on the Cimarron Turnpike, northwest of Tulsa. Still heading to Weber's Falls. We're waking up. Just got some vittles, got some fuel, hitting the highway. I don't like those storm clouds to the north. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I actually drove through a tornado once in 2016, coming through Broadus, Montana. It was forming right as I was driving through the area, and 1 minute, you can see the thunderstorm on the horizon. Like, gosh, shit, rain, maybe some hail. And I get through Broadus. Broadus is not a very big town. It's really, really tiny. But coming into Broadus, it was clear. I entered one side of town. The whole town takes like less than 5 minutes to drive through. I come in on one side on US 212, head northwest, back towards home, and it was raining by the time, or it was like torrential downpour by the time I got to the other side of town. But there was a highway junction where you kind of stay on Highway 212 and go through Little Bighorn and Hardin, pick up I-90 and head to Billings that way, or you can take, I believe it's Highway 57, State Highway 57, north to Miles City. And that's what I did. I ended up going up through Miles City. By the time I hit that junction, it's like a mile or two out of Broadus. It's not very far. The wind and the hail was so bad. I was in an F-150, 2013 F-150. It was so bad, it was rocking my truck up on two wheels, and I couldn't see past the hood of my truck. But I opted not to stay because I'm like, okay, this is really bad. It's rocking my truck on my two wheels. I don't want to be here. So, made my way through the worst of it. Once I kind of got out of it, could kind of see again, I must have cleared like 90, 100 miles an hour all the way up to Miles City. It's like 40, 50 miles-ish. And the only reason I stopped at Miles City was because I needed gas at that point, and I needed to top off. I pull into the first service station I find, which is right off the freeway exit, off of I-94, and there's some storm chasers that are there at the gas station. They're like, "Hey man, see that tornado that just touched down? Come again?" Yeah, apparently a tornado had touched down right as I was going through the area. It went northeast of there up to Baker. It took out 12 homes. No one got hurt, thank God. But yeah, that was not fun. I'd only ever been in a tornado once before that, and it was a rare one we got in Oregon. hay at my grandmother's. Freaking. That was a disaster. It tore up the farm. Grandma's got a nice quarter-mile long driveway. When it hit, I had a bunch of buddies from high school helping us haul hay. Just loading it on a trailer, hauling it to the barn, trying to get it in for the weather hit. It was sunny when we started. Half hour later, clouds. Half hour after that, the wind picks up. And then a funnel cloud touches down south of the ranch. So we, two of my buddies that they had a little Honda Civic. They hopped into Honda and they took off south towards Salem for reasons unknown, and they had their own little adventure getting back to town through all the flying trees and fallen power lines and whatnot. But they made it safe, I'm proud to say. The rest of us took shelter at Grandma's place, and then it was funny because we're all piling. I throw my brother my truck keys because he was closest to my truck. I had a little Mazda B3000 at the time. It was not rebadged Ford Rangers, all this. I toss him my keys. I hop in my grandmother's car because she just happened to be right there, and everyone that couldn't fit into her car hopped in my truck, and we tore ass up my grandmother's driveway, about a quarter-mile long, up to her house. She got a big old sturdy house. We took shelter in. We had one of the trucks that my uncle Jeff was driving had they still had a load. We still had a load of hay on it, and we're trying to disconnect the trailer so we can get out. All of us just got up under the tongue and just, you got about 2 ton, I wouldn't say about quite 2 ton, it was maybe about a half load, so maybe about a ton on this tandem axle trailer, and all of us just get up under the nose, and there was like 7 or 8 of us just lifted off the hitch. or lifted off the hitch, set it down, and we're all piling in the vehicles. We also had these farm laborers. They were under the employ of my grandmother's then landscaper, a neighbor of hers named Salvador. Good guy. But it's kind of funny because we're trying to take shelter because we could see the funnel cloud touching down in the distance, and these migrant farm workers are still trying to ask about payment from my Uncle Jeff, and we're trying to take shelter. He's like, "Are you crazy? Get the fuck out of here!" They did end up getting paid on the back end, but at the time it was like, hey, bigger priorities, get out of here. Alright, I've done enough, John. It's time to get on the road.
So, give me just a second. I gotta find what happened to my wallet. It moved the last time. Oh, there it is. How much? 3? For 4 axles, right? Okay. There you go. So, hey, so when I first entered the state, I was charged $225 when I got on 412. I got to the next toll booth after that, and the lady told me, the lady at the first toll booth must have not caught my trailer because she underbilled me. Am I gonna get in trouble for that? Huh?
Every toll pretty much has a different price for the most part. Like here, for instance, it's for you it's $3.25. Down that way, 20 miles, it's like $4.25. You know, for like a regular semi truck coming through here, it's $5. Down there, it's like $6.25. So it's all different prices, different locations. But I mean, you shouldn't get any trouble. It's her mistake and everything. And, you know, there's no real trouble to be faced. Worst case scenario, they'd hit you up and be like, hey, you got like $1.
Yeah, I can pay it. It's not a problem. I just want to make sure that I'm cool. I was thinking about that as I was driving through, and the last toll booth was automated, so I wasn't able to ask anybody.
Oh yeah, that's all good. Here's $1.75. Change 75 $4.05.
Okay, cool.
Would you like the receipt for here?
No, but I have another question for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, toll tags.
Use the pike passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are those only good in Oklahoma?
I don't know what other states take our OTA pike pass system, but I know that we accept Kansas, Texas. I think those are pretty much it. I mean, there's like easy tag, like little things like that. So maybe other states might work with us as we do with them. But that's pike passes thing. I'm not really in that branch. So
okay, I was curious because like Washington and Utah are states that I drive through commonly, and they have tolls in some areas.
Yeah.
And I was just curious if it was worth it to get a toll tag. Would it cover everything? Would I have to get a toll tag for each different area? You know.
Yeah, I would probably just call a few different of the areas that you at least more commonly go through, and just ask them, do you know if the tolls accept this one or whatever, you know. I'm gonna make a broad assumption that the Utah and Washington probably won't accept Oklahoma's, you know. It's more of like a surrounding state kind of thing. Like
Okay.
people from Illinois and Florida and everything come through here, and you know, it's kind of like, sorry, we don't take Sun Pass, or we don't take, you know.
You just gotta pay cash.
Yeah, it's like, I wish all the states worked in harmony like that, but
It would be nice.
yeah, it'd be easy.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, hey, you have a good one. Thank you. Yep. It is. If you get the chance to visit, you should.
Have a good one.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
Gore, Oklahoma. So we spent a little bit of time my buddy Brad's place. I overnighted here while waiting the weather out. It's actually calmed down quite a bit now. It's actually pretty decent out. We're gonna get back on the road. So next stop, San Antonio. So this is me we're talking about, and life can never be boring. So pull into Deming, Oklahoma, and is it Deming? I honestly don't remember the name of town. Durant, that's what it is. Pull in Durant, Oklahoma, and the wire apparently it shorted, blew out this bulb. I noticed when I stopped that the bulb was out, so swung by neighborhood friendly AutoZone, placed the bulb, and then suddenly the turn signals in my truck weren't working because there's a little short right here. It's pinched by the tow strap, so that was my bad. But it's all fixed now, and yeah, we'll go ahead and fire everything back up and get back on the road.
A few moments later.
Well, this sucks. I had to relocate. I got flooded out of the AutoZone parking lot, and still trying to trace down the short. I can't. I found a short on this back fender, and I fixed it, but I'm still reading a short somewhere, and I think it might be in the trailer plug. We'll find out, but right now I'm just gonna have to work in an area that's slowly filling with water. So, no bueno. Well, I'm an idiot. You know what the problem was this whole time? The bulb wasn't seated correctly. It's creating a short. So, I am drenched to the bone, but lights are working again. Back on the road we go. God, this is terrible. Ooh.
All set, let's go. In 500 feet, turn left.
Good morning. Welcome to Van Alstyne, Texas. Actually, I woke up by the city police this morning. I guess somebody saw my hat. It was in the back seat of the car, on top of the suitcase. Thought there was a kid back here. Got sketched out, called the police, and they came, saw me sleeping, woke me up, and misunderstandings were cleared by all, so all is good. Just looking over the trailer, grabbing some breakfast before I head back on the road. So yeah, still no damage. That ding was already there when I started leaving. This might be new, but yeah, it looks like it lost a little bit of the bumper trim, but that's it. I didn't catch that last night. Virtually nothing happened to the truck. I am genuinely surprised. And of course, we lost the, you can kind of see how the bracket on the, for the electrical box is, it's holding, but it's misshapen and all sorts of screwed up. And then spare tire and toolbox had to get thrown in the back. But no damage. So, alrighty, we got a little under 300-ish miles to go. So, let's get after it.
How slow can you go on the freeway? Well, we're south of Waxahachie right now, just kind of idling through. Southbound traffic stopped. Don't know what the deal is or what the guff is. We're just kind of creeping along, creeping along. So, just moseying through. And I guess we'll get there when we get there.
Turn right on US 77.
This is exactly why you should not decommission, or why they shouldn't decommission old U.S. highways, even though there's a parallel freeway right nearby. It's a great alternate route. And in a lot of cases in the West, you don't even have the decommissioned highway as a route anymore. But
Farm Market 2959.
shut up. So they'll decommission the highway, but the old road surface will remain. But a lot of cases in the American West, you don't have that, because to save money, they just took the cheap way out and they built the interstate directly over the old U.S. highway. Like, Interstate 15 is a lot like that. I-5, lots of parts of Interstate 5 were built over previous sections. There's an overpass ahead of me, an underpass, and side streets, so kind of in between us. Like Alaska, the Glen Highway, Highway 1, or a stretch of it. That highway has several names. But coming down the Glen, between Palmer and Wasilla and Anchorage, they built an expressway over the old Glen Highway route, which it's all fine and dandy, but the old Glen Highway was the only road connecting Anchorage with the rest of the North American highway system. And they just replaced it with a freeway. If they would have, and this is what they're doing now to alleviate that, if they just would have kept the route intact and built over it, just make it so you have have the old roadway still intact, so you can use it as an alternate highway. Whenever there's a wreck on the Glen currently, you're not going anywhere, at least for the next 4 or 5 hours. If you live in the valley, like I did for a little bit, up in Palmer and Wasilla, you're hosed. Or if you're in the valley and you're trying to get down to Anchorage, the Kenai Peninsula, you're hosed. You better just go find a good restaurant and sit down and go get a good meal and wait, because until they reopen the highway, you're not going anywhere. And it just snarls traffic in Anchorage, in the valley. It's bad. But if they had the old Glen Highway as an alternate route, you wouldn't have that problem. Because, the traffic would still be snarled, but at least it would be flowy rather than just stopped dead cold, So, just my 2 cents on it. Keep your U.S. highways.
In half a mile, turn right on Farm Market 2959.
Well, we're in Austin. Traffic seems to be the flavor of the day. There's an overpass ahead of me, an underpass, and then side streets kind of in between us, and all of them jam-packed. So, makes you miss Montana. Or Alaska. Or even Kansas. Like I said, I really didn't hit traffic till it started coming through Texas.
blocks away.
In a quarter of a mile, you'll arrive. You've arrived at your destination.
Well, a little over 2,000 miles later, you finally made it. The Oldsmobile's delivered. So, y'all be sure to subscribe and stick around for the next video. We'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching.